Thanks for coming out today. Thanks for coming to the 337 Pocket Park grand opening. It's really great to be here today. My name's Kristen Riker. I am the director for Salt Lake City Public Lands, and I oversee the Parks Department. I just wanted to say a couple words about this park in particular. It's finding space in a downtown urban area like this to find a park can be really challenging. And so oftentimes we look to smaller spaces to build parks. And even though it's a small space, these small spaces can have really large impacts on our community. And this space is just such a wonderful space to stop and meet your neighbors. People can garden, look at the artwork, sit and relax in a shady spot and just enjoy nature. So I just wanted to call out pocket parks and the value that they have on a neighborhood, on the aesthetics of the street, and just what a nice place it is for folks to just stop and kind of connect with nature. Today we have a couple speakers. Our first speaker is going to be Larissa Trout. She's with the Art Design Board. Larissa?
Hi, everybody. Public art or public speaking is really not my fave, so I'd rather do like an interpretive dance. But I'm Larissa Trout, and I'm the chair of the Salt Lake Art and Design Board, and so our work is in fact selecting public art for our city. And this project is just one example of the collaborative work we do to amplify art in Salt Lake to enrich, enhance, and build a dynamic city where we're creating a vibrant arts and cultural community. I do want to acknowledge the Parks and Rec people for actually, they recognize the value of public art and came to us at a very early stage to say we would love to partner on this project. They provide the funding for this project, so I give them like a huge thank you, because like all things art, you know, it takes money, and while we're the board, we don't always have money, so thank you for coming to us and providing us with the opportunity to create this project. The goal of this 337 Public Art Project was to engage new artists in the public art program. We as a board want to make sure that all artists have public art as an avenue to support their careers. And so this is an opportunity for us to reach out to new or emerging artists and encourage them to apply. So I don't know how many artists are here today, but if you are, like, do maybe a little wave. Okay, there we go. So thank you so much for submitting your work. I think it turned out wonderfully. I think it's incredible. And I don't know how many of the artists here today, if this was your first public art commission or not, but congratulations on receiving the commission, and I hope that you continue to apply. And the last thing I just want to say, personally, this 337 project means a lot to me because I came back to Salt Lake in 2007 to continue my dance career. And that's when the 337 project itself, which is where we are standing, this building that is no longer, was going on. I had several friends who had work in the project, and I was one of thousands who toured the space and was just totally blown away by what was going on. And in that moment, I realized that the Salt Lake of my college years had really changed, and I was really excited to see that as an artist and as a community member, and to realize that, in fact, Salt Lake is what I've always known, a place that supports artists from all phases of their careers, and that we are a city of people who embrace our unique identity and are craving art that excites and challenges us. So I think this is a great example of that. And with that, I can't wait to see what we get to do next. Nancy, you got any more projects for us? Give us a call. But thank you all so much for coming and honoring this work. So.
Okay, next we're going to have remarks by Ashley Patterson, excuse me, Ashley. She is Wasatch Community Gardens Executive Director.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having us. It's really an honor to be here today on behalf of Wasatch Community Gardens. This site has such an incredible history of community engagement. And I think that Leah is going to talk a bit more about it for those of you who aren't as familiar as some of us are. But Adam and Desi Price, who created the 337 project, after that project was demolished, they had a vision to create a community garden here. And they really felt that that use would continue the creativity and community engagement that they had really fostered with the 337 project. And luckily, Salt Lake City had shared that vision and really stepped up to the plate and said, okay, we'll buy this property specifically for a community garden. And then they also created a pocket park in addition and included art with it. So it's just a huge tribute to Salt Lake City and community members. I know this seems like a bit of a stretch, but I really look at this project as sort of Salt Lake's little mini Highline. I know, work with me a little bit, but individuals really saw an opportunity. I don't know how many of you saw this project in 2000, or this site in 2006, but this took a lot of creativity. It took a lot of human power and dedication, perseverance, resources. And they saw this opportunity to really create a space that's pretty magical in the urban core. And it's a true example of the power of individuals to create something meaningful in their community. We're just honored to be a part of it. At Wasatch Community Gardens, we're particularly excited about the pocket park aspect of this particular project, partially because not everyone wants to or can grow vegetables, has the time to do so. But by including this little sliver of public space, everyone can share in the magic that's a vegetable garden. I've heard everyone here today mention how beautiful it is back there. And there's nothing more beautiful than a vegetable garden in June, July, August, September. So grassroots community projects take passion, dedication, perseverance. They also take resources. And I really want to thank Salt Lake City for providing a lot of those resources. Adam and Desi Price, of course, and the Community Foundation of Utah, who provided the funds for all of the infrastructure of the community garden behind us. And of course, the community gardeners who are gardening here today, they are the ones who are making it the magic and community engaged space that we all enjoy. So thank you all very much.
Next, we're going to hear remarks from Councilmember Derrick Kitchen.
Good afternoon. It's fantastic to be here today, and I'd like to be clear that I didn't lift a finger to bring this about. Maybe a little bit of funding from the council side, but it really was all of the administrative departments, folks involved with the art and design, parks and public lands, Wasatch Community Gardens. This truly is an amazing partnership of many organizations and individuals in our community, and I'm just honored to see it in District 4, part of our downtown. Anytime you have green space, open space that isn't a parking lot in a downtown, it's something to celebrate. And the history that Leah will speak to about this space is really inspiring, and I'm so honored that we can look around and be right next to Crossroads Urban Center, a block away from a track stop, right off Broadway here, have an amazing open space that the community can gather and build community and relax and find a place of respite and quiet. It's really fantastic, and I'm so happy to have this today, and I look forward to the City Council and other organizations funding more pocket parks down the road. So thanks for being here today.
Thank you, Councilmember Kitchen. Lastly, we have Leah Summers, the Mayor's Senior Advisor for Arts and Culture.
I have to move the microphone because I'm smaller than everybody else. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here today. And I have to really echo all of the kudos and the words of excitement that everyone else has spoken before me has shared. It really is amazing to have small pieces of public space in urban areas set aside for us to just come together and connect and relax. And pocket parks are a really important way to be able to do that. And I echo the excitement for the partnerships that were created as a result of this opportunity to create this project. Also, the many teasers of the history of the 337 project. I'm the last speaker, so I'm sure you're all a little tired, but ultimately the site of, if you're not familiar with the history, the site of this plot of land was once home to an abandoned two-story residential building that was purchased by Adam and Desi Price to just become an art installation before demolition. So it was a product of over 100 local artists, Salt Lake City, Utah artists coming together to create this one vision, this one really cool place for the community to come and be wowed by the talent in Salt Lake City and in Utah and appreciate art. And it's so fitting that we would continue to honor that legacy and that really exciting thing that happened in our community by creating a public community space with public art. And I want to echo Larissa, who, if you're available for an interpretive dance after this, I don't think I'm alone in loving to see that. The 16 artists that created the panels for the fence you see here, big shout out to them, 11 of which were first-time public art submitters. So we are doing our part as a city to create those opportunities. Was that an applause break for those 16 and 11? Yeah. But it really is a great homage to what stood here before, and I want to make sure that we really thank again Wasatch Community Gardens, of course our Parks Division for creating this space, and the Salt Lake City Arts Council with a special thank you to Dana Hernandez, who not celebrates her last day, but today is her last day with the city, and her leadership in the public art program has been really spectacular, and she leaves big shoes to fill, and we're really, really grateful for all the work that she's done and the dedication that she's shown to Salt Lake City and the Salt Lake City arts opportunities that live here. So thank you so much for that, and I think one more round of applause for Pocket Parks and Art is appropriate. Thanks.
Okay, last I just wanted to call out a couple folks who have worked really hard on this project. Mitch Bronson was the project manager for Ace Landscaping. They were the contractor for this project. Dave Nicholas and Lars Erickson with IBI was our design consultant. Of course, Ashley Patterson with Wasatch Community Gardens. The Metal Arts Foundry, who fabricated all of this amazing artwork. They did a really great job on the panels. Again, Dana Hernandez, we appreciate everything that you've done for us in the past years you've worked here. Bruce Brown, landscape architect for Salt Lake City Engineering. Troy Baker is our Salt Lake City Parks manager. He and his team stepped in when we didn't have enough money to finish this park, and they came in and they did the front park strip here, did the irrigation and all of the turf. Nancy Monteith, she's our landscape architect representing Salt Lake City Public Lands. Nancy spent a lot of time watching over this project, making sure that it came out as beautiful as it did. And lastly, Lisa Schaefer, our Public Services Department Director, for her support on this and all of our projects. So with that, we're going to do a ceremonial ribbon cutting. I think we have a couple people to hold the ribbon for us. And if we can get our panel and Nancy and Lisa and Dana and whoever else wants to be a part of the ribbon cutting, come on up, please.